Stardom 101.
Stardom 101.
Stardom 101.
Stardom 101.
It's the Stardom 101 magazine podcast. Shining light on today's tastemakers
And innovators.
Kicking it with your host, Christopher Boykin.
It's the Stardom 101 magazine podcast.
Stardom 101 Magazine podcast. We are back once again. Thank you guys for tuning into our show, our platform weekly. We really appreciate you guys tuning in to the entrepreneurs, the small business owners, people that's literally on the rise to stardom. And with that being said, I have a very special guest. You guys are going to love this episode. This man is a public figure. He's a content creator. He's a businessman. He's a family man. He goes by the name of Mr. Las Vegas of That One Family. What's up, my friend?
What it do, player?
I love it. Let's give it to him. Let's give him something good today.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. How do we start? I'm gonna put on my right guard so I won't. Oh, that's right. You guys ain't.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. How's your day going, man?
It's going great. Started off early, doing a little spring cleaning in the garage, moving things around. Organizing a little bit to have it more of a studio setup. Like to have green screen, back screen, and all that good stuff in our garage as well. So that's what we was doing earlier today.
Yeah, just getting it ready. The new season is coming. Summertime right around the corner. What they say, everybody coming outside.
Yeah. I already got my Speedo set up,
Yeah.
With my face is all over it, so I can got my little skates. I'm about to start skating in.
You about to let it go, man.
Just kidding.
That's what's up, man. Let's start off with the beginning. Let's give the listeners a little background of, if you could, of your journey into the music industry, right? How did that come about?
All right, so let's start off. I was in prison as a teenager. And I was sitting in my cell, and I was thinking what I'm gonna do with myself. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things that like you find yourself in there. Either you're gonna become a product of the system, or continue, or just get out it and actually fix yourself. And I was one of those. I was fortunate to have a lot of good mentors in the pen, like OG homies. They were steering me the right direction, and they saw a light in me, and they said, hey, when you get out, make sure whatever it is you're gonna do, you chased your dream. And I was like, okay, cool, Yeah. And the music thing, I was rapping, and I was the only Hispanic artist, only Mexican artist that was able to rap around other races, because in the business it's pretty like segregated. I don't like that. I didn't grow up that way, but just the way it is in the pen. So, but I was the only one that was able to get away with it, and I branched off. Once I got out the pen, I linked up with some of the people that was in there, and they connected me with other rappers that were up and coming. And so when that started, it became like one of those things. With Vegas never had really a music scene at the time. I was at that time, there was only Doomsday. They did gangster rap, and it was Clica One, which were good friends of mine. One was from North Las Vegas, and the other one was from East Las Vegas. And I'm from the East Las Vegas, and with when I came out, I linked up with both sides. And so they showed me the game, but I was so far ahead of what I wanted to do that I decided to just do my own thing. I just started printed up my own posters, my own flyers, went to I had my own money that I invested in my own self to make it possible. I mean, it's like you can't wait on nobody at that time, because time's everything back then, because the CD sales is like, it was so flooded with so many artists trying to put CDs at that time. And like I said, we didn't really have no artists back then, and I ended up being one of the first Vegas rappers that I just popped trunk. I just started putting CDs in the back of my trunk. I went to all the swap meets all across the West Coast. I ended up pulling up to some like the Sam Goody's, the Tower Records. And the Tower Records were like, oh, well, let's see, just leave me 10 and let's see how they do.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. So I left them 10, and then within a couple of days, they called me, like, hey, you got any more of those seeds? I'm like, yeah. Leave me a box. I'm had a box of shit.
Golly.
So, and he calls me a week later. I was like, hey, can you give me 100? I'm like, all right, cool. So I gave him 100. So in a month, he set up a meeting with the VP of Tower Records.
Wow.
Yeah, so from there, my distribution just began just kicking off from there, and it was crazy because it was unheard of at that time in the like 99 and 2000 early 2000s of Vegas rappers, at that time.
Yeah. And so do you have a favorite music highlight or memory? I mean, you moved over literally 500,000 records, man. I was like, whoa. Do you have a favorite memory that sticks out from the music?
When the vice president introduced me to this guy that started a label that was connected with Universal, and he was franchised with them. And so he linked me up with them, and I got signed. But the only thing I didn't like about it is that they put me in a box as Chicano rap.
Oh, okay, I see.
So that kind of kept me segregated, and I didn't like that term. Even though I am Chicano, I'm a Mexican American, but it's just like in the music business, I wanted to be mainstream, or just gangster rap, or just rap. Period.
Correct.
Because in that point they put you in a different genre, and then when other people are just looking for new music, they won't see me unless you're a Hispanic person that likes to listen to Hispanic music, and then that's one of the things I didn't like about it. It was so segregated at that time.
Wow.
So I did my best to step out of that, and I told him, I said, and then when my music manager that had the whole deal, he was killed in a car accident. So
God bless his soul. Wow.
Thank you. It's been tough. So I ended up being dropped from the label at that time, and because they didn't really know what to do with me, because at that time they didn't even know what to do with Chicano rappers, as they would call me, so.
yeah, as they were calling it.
Yeah, so I had it just like, all right, I'm just gonna just venture off, flew to Texas, started mingling with different people. I was met up with some of the producers that got Grammy Awards that were along the lines with Selena, A.B. Quintanilla, Baby Bash, Frankie J, all the producer. His name was Jaime Payne Ortiz, and this guy, he had an award to receive that year himself as well. So he took me with him. We went to Florida, Miami, and at the time I wasn't really signed to him just yet. And then a lot of people took a liking to me because of the way I was dressed, the way I presented myself. And I had a little Stacey Adams brim hat, suspenders, a tank top. I had the Stacey Adams shoes, the black and whites, with the nice dress-up pants.
Yeah.
And I just looked like a crossover of a Pachuco / Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
So, and it just me, I was just, all tatted up, and like I was something different that they've never seen before. And they took a liking to me, and not Universal, but Univision, which is another market. I'm sure you heard of Univision.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So they said, hey, we can do something with him. So I ended up signing a little contract deal, not with Univision at that moment, just with the producer and his management. They gave us a deadline. Univision gave us a deadline for a $3.5 million deal, which didn't take off because another tragedy happened.
Oh, wow.
With my producer, his wife, his mother-in-law, and his daughter were killed in a car accident by a drunk driver, which led my producer to overdose.
Oh, goodness. Wow.
To where the company of Univision said, hey, they cut off they's like, we're not going to tolerate this type of thing. And they thought we were on some, weirdo stuff. And
yeah.
It kind of put me in a bad situation. So, I didn't give up, you know what I'm saying? So I just continued just to push my CDs just through my distribution with Tower,
Okay. How did you land up on the radio station, man? 97.5. How did that go down?
Yeah, so 97.5, I was when they first started in Vegas, I seen them post up. I'm like, who are this? What's this station? I just seen their little truck. I said, where you guys? You guys are a new station. What do you guys do? They said, oh, we do rap and R&B. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm a rap artist myself. Like, oh, you are? Well, we're looking for all the hot spots. So I took them to all the hoods, on all the parts of Vegas where people would actually want to listen to them. So when I did that, they were like, oh, they were grateful. And then they took me back to meet the program director. And then I met the owner of KVegas.com, KVegas, which is 97.5. So they took me over there, which Sharita Salisbury was a program director at the time. She's like, hey, so well, what kind of music you do? And I told her, I said, well, I do this kind, but I also got some radio style music. Okay, well, let me take a listen to it. So I did, hooked her up, and it's like, we'll spin it, and then we'll give it a shot and see how people, how people feel from it. So when they started playing me little by little, and they started a show called Street Fuego, which was all Latin, because at the time, there weren't too many Hispanic artists being played on the radio, so they had a segment just dedicated strictly for Latin artists. So here I go again, getting placed in the box, which is fine.
As always.
Getting placed in the box again, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll just go ahead and hop on this train and see where it goes from here,
Correct.
So I did it, and I started becoming one of the top requested artists, on there, knowing I was from Vegas, and people were tripping out because like, oh man, Vegas. So, and it became like a controversial thing because you had other artists that weren't Hispanic that felt some kind of way about the station playing me because I was Hispanic, and they said, oh, they're only playing him because he's Mexican. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, bro. Like,
yeah, I see.
Like that's not the way it's going. It's just Hispanics never get radio play, and this is the early 2000s,
Yeah.
You guys got 88.1, they cater to all the whole Black community, and like you don't see me bashing you guys that they're not playing me.
Exactly, you're right, yeah.
So I was like, I want to get played on there, I would love to get my music played on there, but I submitted my music to them, and then they just turned me down,
Yeah.
Even 98.5, they even turned me down, and they're supposed to be for us, for Vegas. So long story short, when that began, I was going through some things at the time when I started blowing up for like just the regional, on the regional coast, like just West Coast, down south, kind of where all the Hispanics were at. That time, I was going through some things myself, and then when I had a situation that was not really involving me, and it had something to do with my mom. When the feds ended up raiding my mom, we lost everything. And unfortunately, I had to put my music career to the side. I had to take care of my mom, and I was still trying to do the music.
Yeah.
Hard because all my finances were all taken. It was seized by the feds and the IRS. This was in 2009.
Wow.
And so when this started happening, 97.5 was still playing my music at the time, and then I was still trying to stay relevant, but it was hard because CD sales was already starting to go down.
Okay.
I got a bankruptcy check from Tower Records and another one from FYE because Sam Goody went out of business, and everything started going out of business, and so that started slowly dying out for me.
I see.
So I didn't really have no more revenue how to go about it other than to travel and just still try to pop trunk and do this, and at that time, I couldn't really do that much because I had to take care of my mom. She was blind from one eye. And so I started taking care of her. And then I just kind of just backed away from the music. Every now and then people will call me to do shows. And I would just go, I was like, well, if the price is right, I'll pull up,
Yeah. If everything makes sense.
Yeah. So Rita Salisbury calls me, which is the program director. He's like, Johnny boy, what you been up to these days? We haven't heard from you.
Uh-huh.
Goes, come up to the station so we could talk. So I pull up. I'm just thinking we're gonna go have lunch or a dinner and just hang out, because she was a good friend of mine. And then she said, hey, I want you to see if you could help us with 97.5 with our ratings on this part, since you're local and a lot of you have a lot of fan base, and we can get this going, help you get back in the scene again. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So
wow, that's what's up. Okay.
So I started co-hosting the Street Fuegos on Sundays, and then I was catching a lot of heat from other DJs, and they were friends of mine too. They were cool. Just some of them thought I shouldn't say this, but I'm just gonna just be bluntly and just say it,
Yeah.
They thought I was sleeping with her,
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
And in order to that position, I'm like, don't you
No?
popular in this town? I can walk anywhere and sign autographs and take pictures, only, and it's like one of those things, like, why can I never get a break or anybody except the fact that I do have a fan base? Why does it have to be that I have to sleep with someone or because I'm Mexican or something,
Yeah, there's always something to it.
There's always something, and like I don't like it, and I ended up just quitting. you know. But I stayed there. I stuck around for a couple of years, and they gave it to another guy that he was well deserved of the position as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was there, I met a guy. He pulled up and we interviewed him. His name was Little Moco, and he was a YouTube sensation. He was contracted with YouTube, and he was a big fan of mine as well, which was, I thought it was crazy. Like, you know, for someone that as big as him, he gets millions of views, and then he had over 1 million subscribers on this YouTube channel. So he was like, "Hey, Johnny boy, let's get some of that Mr. Las Vegas shit over here on my channel." I'm like, "All right, cool, let's do it." You know?
Yeah.
Because why? I thought you was just gonna just be this hardcore gang member, but you got a sense of humor.
You solid guy. Yeah.
So I came through and shit, and it was like we started doing, and I showed up with a little white mustache, like as an old guy, and I played the OG. You know.
Yeah.
It was just funny, and from there it just went to the point to where I contracted with him, and I just fell in love with the comedy thing with him.
Wow, that's what's up. And so That One Family, is that around the time that One Family, your brand, your conglomerate with your wife and kids, you kind of zoned into more of that, the creation of building that brand?
Yeah, it all started in that brand began during the quarantine.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, and I didn't know much because in me, I mean, I'll just go hang out with some of the homies or my uncles and just get lit and come home all just like buzzing or drunk or whatever, and I'd just be laying on the floor and like sleeping, like I wouldn't make it to the room, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are you doing? And then, you know, she don't like me having shoes in the house, so she gets mad at me, and you know, so she threw a bucket of water at me one time, and she videoed it, and she uploaded it to TikTok. And at the time, I didn't know anything about TikTok, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then her and my sisters started pranking me, doing stuff to me, and I just always seen them laughing, and everybody, like within them three, had like a little thing of, you know, doing stuff to me, and I didn't have no idea what was going on, and that's how like people started to recognize me as an artist. Some people knew me, oh, that's that rapper from Vegas, and some people knew me from the Little Moco channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was on Telemundo. I did some acting for Telemundo on a big show called Caso Cerrado, which is like a Judge Judy / Jerry Springer type of show, you know.
Okay.
It's exaggerating and it's funny, but like we have to look serious and just that type of deal, right? So people recognize me from that show. And then there was people that didn't know who I was, and they just found it funny for someone to look as hardcore as I look.
Yeah.
To like be funny. And I didn't know what they were doing to me. You know, I was just going along what they was doing. Like one day they're like, stand right here, and boom, they hit me with something. Like, what the hell?
So wait a minute. So it's literally unscripted. You didn't know nothing about nothing. It was wow, that's pretty dope, man.
So, and that's when That One Family began, because we all just like, okay, ain't no one safe in this house. So, so we all began. I just started throwing hot sauce on her. She put in my mouth when I was asleep. I got like, we were just going back and forth, you know, we just doing stuff to each other. And at the time we didn't know how the guidelines worked. I just thought it was just fair game.
Okay.
Started getting hit left and right with the community guidelines.
Okay.
They violated some of our videos and saying that that's bullying, harassment, and then like, no, hell no, it's fair game to us, but we didn't know, you know. So
I see.
So we had to tone it down a bit, but our audience just loved what we were doing, and it was just crazy. It blew up so fast.
Yeah.
We started getting endorsements, like even sponsorships, and it led to where, like, you know what, we're gonna make this bigger than what it is right now. So let's just do this. And my wife's like, are you sure? I don't know. And my wife wasn't ready because she's not used to the whole media stuff, you know.
Okay. I was about to say, did anybody have any media background or any kind of nothing, huh? Just
my wife didn't. It was just me and my older two sons.
Okay.
They used to, you know, they rap too, and I would take them on tour with me and stuff like that as they're little, and they grew up to be little rappers. One does reggaeton and the other one just does street rap, you know.
Nice.
Yep. So they're up and coming. They got some nice stuff about to pop off. We're gonna be pushing them here this year.
Yeah, let's talk about what they're working on right now. What's some things that you guys are working on? You said sponsorships and got pretty much you got some ventures and deals with businesses, which is amazing. Is anything else coming up potentially the end of this year or throughout the year that the fans can look out for?
Yeah, shoes. We already got shirts right now. We got shirts, hats, beanies, sweaters. Shoes, I just recently designed some shoes and they're really nice. I ordered a few of them just for the family to wear and see how long they last before we decide to try to sell them.
Okay.
So, I don't want to. Oh, no, these gonna be some cheap shit.
Yeah.
Type shit,
Yeah.
So we ended up just going ahead and hooking it up, like getting it done properly, and the shoes came out really nice, and I like the whole concept of the shoes, and I think those will do really well for us as well. Musically wise, I have music videos that are coming. We're trying to lock in some stuff with producer, like film producers that are tied in with Netflix or Hulu or like any of those companies, that are looking for a fresh face, something different for their platform on their TV, or like even if it's just reality TV show type of thing. And
I was just, it's crazy. That was my next question. I see you guys literally going into television, movies, and films. Is that conversation being had amongst the family?
Yeah, amongst the family, that's our main goal. That's
okay.
Our main goal is that, and that's what we want to do. And my wife's just getting ready. She's like, "Well, let me work out some more. Let me hit the gym a little more." I said, "You look good. Who cares? You look fine.
Yeah.
I look bad. No, you don't.
Everything's accepted these days.
Yeah, like if anything, I got to be a little beer good. I need to get rid of,
Yeah.
But yeah, shoot, we could definitely make this pop off. I mean, I know if we were to catch a break on that, because we got hit up, we got approached by some people that were supposed to get contracted with Netflix, but I guess the deal fell off.
Okay.
Something happened. Happened within those producers that were trying to get all this set up, and they loved our whole dynamic, our whole, like, we were bringing something new to the table, that what they had going on, it was going to be a show, and they were going to intertwine what we do into what they had going on.
Okay. And how's the music going with your sons? They still currently making music as well?
Yeah, they're making some new music right now, and one's doing reggaeton.
Mm-hmm.
And he's about to start working on his music out, his video, and next month. And then my other son is finishing up his album, his EP right now. He's finishing up. So one is J-Boy Espinosa. He does the reggaeton.
Okay.
And the other one, his name is Osis, is my other son. And he does the new rap that's out there right now. That style of rap that's out right now. He likes to sing rap.
Mm-hmm.
He does all that type of stuff,
What's up? What's the process, or what's you guys' process when you putting content together? Do you like, does the kids go first, the wife go first? Like, that's interesting to me. I don't know what's the process of a content creator? Like, is everything mapped out to the T? Sometimes it's unscripted, or how's that work?
We just go for it.
I love it.
Anytime, at any moment, we could be at a restaurant. We could be at a family's house. We could be like just in front of the house or inside. Like we made a mess in the house a few times. Like to where someone told her, "I'll pay you $1,000. I'll cash app you $1,000 if you prank your husband." But those super soaker guns?
Uh-huh.
A bunch of hot sauce and spray it in his mouth when he's sleeping, right? So I was on the couch, hungover again, right? Trying to
again.
And she come spread it all in my mouth, and it filled the big. I'm not and I spit it, and it went all over my white T-shirt. It went all over my white couch, all over the carpet. It was just like crazy, like. So we have no boundaries when it comes to that. It just at that point in the time, whatever like floats our boat at that moment. We even thought about like when we do some of the trends like on TikTok, we map that out, because TikTok also requires us to do the trends. So we do the little trends that they got. So we'll map out for that specific time. But like when it comes to our pranks and our skits, that type of deal, that's just right off the top of the dome, and we just go for it.
Wow, that's what's up. Do you guys ever want to prank anybody or want to work with somebody? Do you got somebody like on your list? Like, yeah, man, we can get close to this artist, this musician, this actor, get a chance to work with them. Is anybody on your like target list to work with?
Mine is my main guys: Kevin Hart, George Lopez, Adam Sandler, Paul Blart. Yeah, Paul. Like, yeah.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Him. Those are some of the guys that even Will Ferrell, you know.
Oh God, yes, Will Ferrell. I like what's that guy named Joe Coy?
Yo, he's good too. Yeah,
I like him. Him and Iglesias. I love him too. Oh yeah. Man, yeah, I can see it. I see it.
Yeah, Fluffy. Yeah, Iglesias. Yeah, him.
Yeah, he's oh goodness, this is my guy, man.
He's definitely he's as a matter of fact, I noticed that one of my videos, he liked one of my videos too. Even the guys from Next Friday.
Yeah.
All the cholos that play the cholo actors. Rolando Molina, he's one of the guys that played in. He followed us on TikTok, and we went live with each other one time, and I was a fan of him, and he was a fan of me, and it was crazy for him to be a fan of us too as well, which was
wow.
Crazy. So it was. But that's another. We already spoke about collaborating too. When I go to LA, we're gonna link up and collaborate on some stuff too.
Yeah, that's what's up. Are you guys looking for any type of partnerships? You mentioned collaboration, any ventures, any sponsorships, anything like that? How do people outside of the world, because content creator is a new thing, is a new evolution thing. What's the process of working with your family? How does that go down?
As far as like the sponsors when they contact us?
Yeah, the partnerships and the ventures and the sponsorships. Yep.
Yeah. So what happens is like normally we get several emails or even like in our inboxes, and they'll ask us, hey, can you wear this shirt for us and we'll pay you, or can you show people that you're using our deodorant? Can you
product placements?
Yeah,
okay.
Products. So we got a lot of those, even chains, watches. We have different people that send us stuff, and it's pretty cool because it's new for us. And then we're very humble. We don't most of the time, like people tell me, hey man, you need to charge to do it. But something we just do it for fun, I just do it out of love. And then my wife now, she's been on me, she's like, she's gonna choke you with my hair again if you keep telling these people for free, No,
it ain't for free no more, baby.
It's like we can't, like every city that we've been to, just traveling and stuff like that wise, and even when we do our meet and greets, we just go to the stores in other states and cities, and then like right off the back, we just run into fans. Oh my God, there goes that one family.
Wow, they recognize you guys, man. That's what's up.
So my wife's like, oh my God, I didn't even put my eyebrows on.
That's what's up, man. Look, I was even watching some of your videos before with the interview. I was like, holy shit, this is funny. My family's like, oh, I want to see it. Like, yo, you guys got it, man.
Appreciate it.
Got it, man. Seriously.
It's just like our vibe in this house is just it's just off the chains. Because even before then, when I was just doing the content stuff with on YouTube with Lil Moco and stuff like that, it was just like my sons would hop on it too. And then my wife every now and then, but she was always shy. She comes from a whole other type of background.
Yeah, blended family, right?
Yeah, we're a blended family. So, yeah. And then her son for a minute too, which is my stepson. He was all for it for a minute, but he ventured off into he likes motorcycles and all that stuff now. So.
Okay, so he do his own thing.
Yeah, he does his own thing, and then he fell in love with this one girl that he met, and he's lover boy. Ain't nothing wrong with that, So
of course.
Open whenever he wants to come back,
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up, man. What's some advice you can give families? Because you guys are doing something completely different, and a lot of people don't work with their family. They always say, keep family and business separated, right? You guys have it together. So what's some advice or tips you can give people? Because there are millions and billions of families out there. What's some advice you can give them as far as what to expect the highs, the lows, and how you guys actually manage it. Like, how do you turn off TikTok and go to real family private time? Do you separate it? Or is everything just unfiltered a go? Or is this like, hey, nah, that's enough? Or, you know, we do this only on this time. Everything else, the world don't need to see.
This is no filter. We just go for it, you know. So we'll do the family regardless. You know?
Okay.
What the reason why our families, like, our bond is different. I mean, I know a lot of people's been through a lot of hardship themselves. A lot of lot of us, like with us and our family, we've dealt with a lot of deaths over the years, like several deaths, not just once out of the year. I deal it with like once a month.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Sometimes 2-3 times, and just a year ago we had 7 in 1 month, and it's like, even like through all those things, it just brings our families closer. And like I've had situations to where I almost lost one of my sons, you know. So it's kind of like I my bondship with them is like crazy. Like we're just bonded like brothers, and then with my wife too, because she's been through a lot of stuff herself before me and enduring me. Like, she's like, man, I've never been with someone that's been to like funerals, like if they go to lunch type of deal, you know. And I just told her, like, I was like, this is what makes me humble, you know.
Okay.
You know, and for anybody that's like, the only thing I could say is that not everybody has the drive of wanting to like pursue something, because some people fear success, or they feel like they're gonna fail. But I mean, you never know if you're gonna fail or not. Even if you do fail, you just become a better person. And some people just can't handle failure.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell them on how to make them feel, as far as like the family ship and getting them together. Because some people like have worse families, you know. Some of them don't even get along with each other, and they have more excuse me, I don't want to say a cuss word, but they have more of a messed up situation with their families.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like say it on here, because it might touch home on certain people, you know. But they know what I mean when it's too close to home, when certain situations you got your own family robbing you, or they get molested, or like
the tragic stuff.
So all that stuff like plays a big factor when it comes to like bond and family, and whether they're gonna not just have any kind of trust with anybody. And with us, it brought us all closer. And being a blended family, it definitely gave us hope, because I promised that I can be something better for her than she had it with her last. You know?
That's what's up. Any last final shout outs or salutes, or just public flowers you want to give to your team, your supporters, or your family?
Yes, definitely. I want to give a shout out to my wife, Jenny Cocoa Puff. Just kidding, she don't like that name, but I just Jenny, my son, Glorious, my daughter Melina, my 2 sons, Osis and J Boy Spinoza, my stepson Anthony, and then all my team, because we go along bigger than just that one family. As a family, I got homies that I've known since we were kids, and a lot of them just got out of prison. So, and I'm pushing them on the music stuff. So shout out to them. Yep. It's Sin City Temps. It's Sin Citizen, Spook G, Stack Doe, Illa G, and a shout out to my homegirl, Sofia Maria, Neto Fuentes, Reina, and everybody that's involved. Even Dawson, which is one of our music engineers. He just got an award too, because he did some stuff work on Donda's Kanye's album. He engineered 2 of the songs on there. He's our engineer, so I'm very thankful for him as well and his team. Yeah, definitely shout out to you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Artem. Definitely shout out to all my fans on TikTok and on Facebook Reels, because Facebook Reels is starting to take off really huge for us, and that's becoming another huge success for us. And they're fighting to take us away from TikTok. And they might succeed, because they're treating us a little bit more better.
They treat you better over there, huh?
They treat us better. I mean, we got a lot of fans in TikTok, but Facebook Reels is becoming about to become our new home, you know. So
there you go. Well, we appreciate you for tapping in. You guys heard, you listened to, like I said, Mr. Las Vegas of That One Family. Make sure y'all tune in. Also go to their website, thatonefamily.com. Everything is up there. The videos, the contact information, the bios, everything is up on that platform and that website. Stay tuned. Hit them up on social media. Lock them in. You know what I mean? Go to Facebook Reels, go to TikTok. Keep what they're doing going, because what they're doing is setting an example. They're pushing the boundaries, and the people and the families love it, and Stardom definitely salute you guys.
One love.
That's what's up. One love, man.
Are you on the rise to stardom? Well, get featured in the next issue of Stardom 101 magazine and promote your business or products today. Text MAG to 804-550-8647 or visit stardom101mag.net.
You're listening to the Stardom 101 magazine podcast with Christopher Boykin. Be sure to subscribe and download this episode, and continue to listen to Stardom on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.